Sorry, we're a little off book from that Chalaquiles. You know what? That's what we got to start. When things get tough, guys, and you had too much Chalaquiles, free Chalaquiles for breakfast, and it's one of those days, you just got to power through, man. You just got to power through, Jay.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah. 927, Robert Celestial joins us. So there's a...
Speaking of someone who was powered through for a very
oh,
long
my
time.
God, this guy is powered through. They thought he was cuckoo in the beginning, right? Downwind radiation. What are you talking about, Willis? But then it all... and you can't say it happened quickly. I mean, if you want to talk about someone who stood by an issue and walked it basically from its inception here on Guam to damn near close to the finish line, it's Robert Celestial of Pacific Area Radiation Survivors, PARS. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Sabrina. Good morning, Jason. And good morning, Guam.
Buenas.
Alpha Day.
So what's the very latest? I know there was a big hearing there for, is that Speaker Terlahi's resolution?
Yes, it was yesterday, and she did a wonderful job. She explained everything, all the supporters, where we're going to go with the bills right now, and it's H.R. 5338. It's from Congresswoman Teresa Ledger Fernandez, and she's from New Mexico. She introduced it, and it's going up for a markup this Wednesday at 10 a.m. in Washington time, Eastern time. And I hope and pray that during this markup that it goes through as a clean bill. Because in markup, they could add changes, deletions, or amendments, we just hope and pray that they don't, they could change it. I mean, it was even spoken of that right now the RECA program, the downwinders receive $50,000 for partial restitution. So the amendment that we have in right now is trying to increase it to $150,000. So we don't know where that's going to end up after this markup this Wednesday.
Yeah, Robert, but when they had that ceremony on the White House lawn, was that for the infrastructure bill?
Yes, it was for the signing of the infrastructure bill.
Right, yeah. When they had that, there was something, because we covered the national live stream of it, I believe it was NBC News, and they were talking about the bipartisan success of the infrastructure bill, and then they kind of went into other measures that have similar support, and one of the measures that they mentioned was the RECA, this whole set of bills that we're talking about, and how that it had so much support on both the Democrat and Republican side. So I know you're talking about markup and stuff, but I don't know. To me, when I see the national media kind of mention that, it bodes well, right, for the cause?
Yes, it does have bipartisan support. If you look at the Senate side, it has a Republican Senator Mike Crapo and a Democrat Senator Ben Ray Lujan. And in the House, it's totally bipartisan. We have totally support from both sides of the aisle. So I've been watching a lot of the hearings with different issues, and it gets out of hand sometimes. So I'm not sure, especially with the Republicans and Democrats always going at it. So I hope and pray it doesn't happen in this markup.
Do you foresee, any of the Congress people, senators, trying to block it or change it or move Guam? Or?
Well, I didn't hear that clear, Sabrina. Did I hear anything from which congressman?
Yeah, any of them that they might change anything during the markup hearings?
No. Well, what it is that we have two groups. We have the RECA working group. This is Lily Adams, and we also have our frontline community group, which is Idaho, New Mexico, Utah, and the Navajo Nation. So those two groups, we communicate and we explain everything. Matter of fact, we just had a meeting last week with Senator Ben Ray Lujan on Zoom, with Colin Maxson and Senator Lujan, legislative director with our group. And so they're trying to get 60 votes in the Senate. And we also talked about House Bill 5338 that's going up for markup. And so they're working on the Senate side to try and and get it, get the votes. So they're just waiting for the House markup, and hopefully it gets passed on the floor.
How crucial is this resolution going to be, the one that we had the hearing for yesterday?
Oh, it's very crucial. Matter of fact, the reason we need to get it in today is because I received an email from our groups, both the Frontline and RICA group, Lily Adams group, that the committee's asking for testimonies, letters. And matter of fact, I just downloaded 2 letters, one from the Alliance of Nuclear Workers and the College of Public Health of East Tennessee State. He was a professor that's been on the board, and these letters of support is to recognize and to go ahead and pass the RICA bill. And so there's a lot of there has been a lot of lobbying. A lot of organizations have written it into the committee. And matter of fact, there is a Google Drive that was sent to us. However, we're going to use our own Google Drive to compile all the testimonies for Guam and send it to the chairperson of the Judiciary, Chairman Jerry Nadler. And so hopefully we'll find out what happens on Wednesday.
What about letters or support from the administration or from the Congress?
Yes, and anything. I mean, even from the governor of University of Guam, anyone who wants to include testimony supporting the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act and to include Guam is very important, because these testimonies will be sent to the committee, and it does have an impact if we have ours. Because I know Utah has done it, New Mexico, our counterparts from Idaho, Tona Henderson. There's going to be tons and tons of letters sent to this committee, and hopefully it'll raise a positive note that they will be able to say, hey, this is important. We need to move this forward, and go ahead and pass it as it is.
I mean, have you gotten the letters from the governor and lieutenant governor, UOG, or is it just something you said, oh, it'd be nice?
Well, I haven't heard from the governor's office or the congressman's office. I'm just putting this out because the legislature has till noontime. If they have been receiving a lot of phone calls, how to submit letters. And if you want to submit letters to the speaker this morning, before 12, they're going to be sending it out to the committee today, and if they want to extend it, it's up to them. I really hope and pray that people are listening and that they can get it out to the speaker's office. I did do a press release. I was hoping that it would get out yesterday, and we could get this. However, we had the public hearing, so all the sworn testimonies are going to be submitted from the members of PARS and for the public that testified that day. So I'm really happy that it's gotten this far. This is the first time it's gone up for markup, and hopefully 538 gets on the floor, and I know that it will get passed. I think that once it gets to the Senate, then we're working hard right now with the Senate. We've worked really hard with the House, and we've got this far, and so we only have like close to 7 months, less than 7 months, right, Chris?
Yeah.
July 10th, 2022. This program ends.
Robert, could you just go over because maybe people listening, like, it's pretty huge, the eligibility window and the payout, right? So if we could just go through the eligibility, like the dates you had to have been on Guam from, this time to this time, because maybe someone's listening and they don't know that, wow, they could be eligible for this, and maybe they write a letter.
Excellent. Yes, people of Guam, if you were here on Guam from 1946 to 1962, they detonated 66 nuclear detonations on the Marshall Islands, and the radiation fallout was detected here in Guam because it's secret. So it was discovered, and we sent it to the National Academy of Science, and they said that anyone that was in Guam during that time period should be eligible for compensation. So if you were in Guam during that time period, 46, 62, and you have one of the 21 diseases from cancer or other disease, chronic disease, then you may be eligible to apply through this program, which is the radiation exposure compensation program, when Guam is included. And what it does is that if you are approved, you will receive health benefits, which is free medical care. And if they pass it as is, it's $150,000. The current bill, the current law is $50,000 for downwinders. So people of Guam, if you have a family or you yourself have cancer and it does fall in the same category as these cancers from the REAP program, then you may apply when Guam is included, hopefully this year or next year, in the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act. So I hope I made myself clear, Chris. Is
Pretty
that okay?
clear. Yeah, it's very clear, Robert.
Oh, okay. So it's really gonna impact the people of Guam. It's gonna help. For matter of fact, for 20 years, a lot of people have passed away. A lot of our members passed away, and that's why we're working so hard. I know you mentioned in the beginning that people didn't believe this. I was painted a kook. Don't listen to this guy. He doesn't know what he's talking. But by the grace of God, we've gotten help. You, Sabrina, everyone else. We've gotten this to the national level. We still got to continue with the national, international level. And with your help, I know you have folks that are suffering cancer, have had cancer, and that's why we're doing this, is because the people of Guam are eligible to receive this benefit, and so that's why we're pushing so hard.
Yeah, Robert, I was going through the files, KUAM files, and I came across a bunch of stories from Sabrina. Going back to, God, Bree, was it like 2003? 2002?
Or 2002, 2001. It's
Yeah.
almost 20 years.
Yeah, so you've been at this thing for, I think you need an award, Robert.
Yeah.
Well, we're not doing this for any award. I've been compensated. I was stationed in Inuitak, and I got sick, and so, but the powers that be, they gave me a retirement with disability, and VA has been very, very blessing to me, and so that's why I do this. Is that if I'm going to receive these benefits from the VA and military, and I was there cleaning up the radiation, and I was exposed, and the people of Guam, were exposed but kept secret, and so they deserve this benefit. And that's why I do this.
Yeah, Robert, but a lot of people would have quit doing it the minute they got their payday. So that's why I think it's very important for you to be recognized for this tremendous effort. And thank you so much again for coming on. And anytime you need to jump on and use our megaphone to amplify your voice and get the message out, let us know.
I think I found the Blue Ribbon report. Maybe we could share that link.
Okay.
To where people can look at. It's November 12th, 2002, and at the time it was former Senator Angel Santos and Senator Mark Forbes.
Bipartisan.
Yeah, Blue Ribbon.
Yes, that 97-page report is very important.
Yeah, so I'll share it, Jason. You can post this for people.
Yeah, we had a moment the other day. I don't know it was just the other day where Bree and I were talking about you, Robert. I don't know if your ears are burning, but we were talking about exactly that Blue Ribbon and how she had covered this issue way back then when that report came out. And so anyway, just letting you know.
Yeah, I'm really praying that this goes through.
Yes, and I really believe it will. We've got all the support in Congress. And the blessing Chris and Sabrina and Jason is that Guam is still in the bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a hard fight, and it was the National Academies of Science that came out with their conclusion that really sealed it. Because if it was just me or anyone else, it wouldn't go as far as it has right now. So I thank God that we were able, as the Pacific Association members, we've been through a lot. They're going through cancer. They're suffering. And still they're hanging tough. And they sent me to Washington D.C. in 2004 through fundraisers, and we testified. We went there and we said, hey, you are the experts. You decide whether documents we have in the testimony from Lieutenant Bert Schreiber, is going to help the people. And they did. And they didn't listen to the other scientists who said that no, Guam's too far, because back then we had opposition. But like you said, by the grace of God, the scientists there, Dr. Dupo, Dr. Preston, Dr. Isa Nabusi, and the other scientists decided, said, no, this information is true. The people of Guam were exposed to nuclear fallout, and so they deserve to be compensated through RICO.
Yeah, I don't know if there needs to be a movie about this or something, because I mean, going back to Schreiber and him having the courage to speak out and speak the truth, and it's just gone down the line. It's getting me fugu in here, Robert. But we're out of time. We got a sponsored segment up next, so thank you so much again for your time.
Thanks, Rita. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Chris.
Of course, Robert.
Hogamos.
Merry Christmas. 9:42. Jason Solis, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, and welcome back. Whoops.